Hundreds of Lake Orion residents came together on Memorial Day to honor those who fought and died in service to our country. The streets of downtown Lake Orion were closed as vendors set up shop during the return of the Flower and Art Fair. Life-size animatronic dinosaurs entertained families visiting Canterbury Village, which was the first stop of the Dino Stroll National Tour.
The Orion Veterans Memorial Day 5K is finally back in Lake Orion after a year. And this is the biggest turnout they have ever had so far. We will have more of the details and interviews coming up next.
Hello everyone, I'm Stacy Calloway. We'll have those stories and more on this edition of ONTV News. Many people spent Memorial Day weekend traveling, barbecuing, and enjoying life as pandemic restrictions continue to ease up. But several hundred people gathered together to honor those who paid the ultimate price while serving our country. On the afternoon of Monday, May 31st, the Orion Veterans Memorial was once again a gathering place for the community on Memorial Day. Board Chairman Dr. Joseph Mastromateo welcomed those in attendance and introduced keynote speaker Vito Pamlova.
As I stand here today as a proud American, my heart swells. I was proud to serve my country, and I continue to serve my country. And the oath I took so long ago still stands today. As we remember them, it is important for them to know that they have the confidence that we have accepted the responsibility to pass this torch to all future generations so they will never be forgotten.
Lake Orion Police Chief Harold Rossman introduced 2021's Veteran of the Year. Bob Watros served in the U.S. Navy from 1955 to 1958 under President Eisenhower. Over the past 2 decades, Bob has been the Orion Veterans Memorial Park manager and caretaker, helping to make the memorial one of the most beautiful in the state.
It means a lot because sometimes you don't get the thanks, and everybody does appreciate what we're doing here, and that showed today. A lot of people don't stop here, but they notice when they drive down the road, and they know we take care of it and we care. You know? And that's what we do here. There's 1,800 bricks here. Everyone's got a story, and every one of these guys were young when they were in the service. People forget about it. They see all these old men. That's not the guys that were in the service. It's the younger guys. And that's what I try to remember. And I listen to all their stories. And I think if it's important to them to tell it to me, I will listen to it.
The ceremony concluded with the reading of the names of Lake Orion residents that lost their lives in battle in all wars, and the names of veterans who we lost over the past year.
From Lake Orion Post 233, William Allport, Robert Collins, Thomas Pilar, James Kelly, Ronald Mazer, Robert Schmokel. VFW Post 334, Richard Georgie, George Smith, Richard Woods, William Dockstader, Richard Neerman, James Solisa, Richard McCaskey, James Sherman, Al Phillips, Louis Tarak.
Earlier that morning, hundreds of runners and walkers gathered in downtown Lake Orion as a very popular event returned to live status. ONTV's Lauren Creighton was there to bring us the story.
On the morning of Monday, May 31st, runners and walkers of all ages arrived in downtown Lake Orion for the start of Orion Township's 5th annual Orion Veterans Memorial Day 5K. It was cloudy and cool at the start of the race that helps fund the maintenance of the Orion Veterans Memorial.
Runners, nearby.
In its 5th year, a new 5-mile course was added to the traditional 5K path that took runners out onto the Paint Creek Trail, then back to the finish line on Anderson Street. Last year, organizers were forced to go completely virtual due to the pandemic, but with the easing of restrictions, participants returned in record numbers. Orion Township once again teamed up with Hanson's Running Shop to make the event possible.
I'm just excited to see everybody cross the finish line. Right now we're over 300 participants, and we still have some people registering today, so this is our biggest year yet, and we are very excited.
I couldn't believe it. I think this is a sign of things to come. You know, people were just so tired of being cooped up and not able to go out. And, you know, it's an amazing community that supports these events. So it's what we expect from the Lake Orion area, because they really do support whatever is going on. So I was surprised, but not surprised.
So obviously we planned this event last year, and we still held the event. It just was a fully virtual event, so people got to run and just kind of send in their times. Obviously not as exciting as running with a large group as we just saw leave here. So to be back and really kind of just as things are really reopening is really exciting. I think that's also one of the reasons why we have such great participation. So we had so many people when they were signing up just saying, you know, thank you so much for hosting it again and for doing this again. So there's a lot of excitement, and we're glad that we can just kind of be part of like people getting back to normal.
Among the 5K participants, 19-year-old Justin Hanson of Ortonville finished first with a time of 19 minutes and 7 seconds. The first female to cross the finish line was 17-year-old Amy Rowan of Sterling Heights. Amy finished second overall with a time of 19 minutes and 24 seconds.
It was the first one back for a while because I play soccer on my off season rather than track, so I run cross country just throughout my soccer season, but it's my first race before my last one for cross country last year.
What was the course like?
It was flat. It was nice. It's different running on cement because I'm used to grass and like more hills, but it was good.
And Lake Orion's own Sean Brandon was the first to finish the 5-mile course with a time of 33 minutes and 8 seconds.
How does it feel to come in first place?
Feels all right. You know, I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't running to finish first. I was just running to run my best race, and you know, I'm pretty happy with my time. So yeah.
Bill McLaughlin was one of several active duty runners who took part in the race. The Air Force recruiter finished third on the 5-mile course.
Good to be able, especially on a day like today, a Memorial Day, to come out, represent my service, represent my brothers and sisters in arms who I've served with, and then of course just get out and have some fun racing.
I'm standing here at the finish line of the Orion Veterans Memorial Day Run as the last participants are just finishing up behind me right now. This is a record turnout for the race this year, and everyone is just so happy to be a part of it again after taking a year off. In Lake Orion, I'm Lauren Creighton for ONTV News.
Thanks, Lauren. Unfortunately, Lake Orion's American Legion Post 233 wasn't quite comfortable bringing back the wreath ceremonies and parade we normally see on Memorial Day. However, they're confident the traditions will return in 2022. The Lake Orion Flower and Art Fair returned to downtown Lake Orion after taking 2020 off and underwent a number of changes. Normally held over Mother's Day weekend, the event was pushed back 2 weeks. On Friday, May 21st, the streets of downtown Lake Orion were closed to traffic as approximately 100 vendors set up shop for the 2-day Flower and Art Fair. Normally hosted by the Lake Orion Downtown Development Authority, the DDA partnered up with the Orion Art Center to bring in 360 Event Productions, who helped organize this year's fair.
This is our first big event in over a year that has been taking over the downtown. It's been a while, and we're so happy to have it happen right now. When you come into downtown, you're going to see windows painted with flowers. You're going to see beautiful flowers all over downtown with the vendors. This is an event that has been taken over by the Orient Art Center, and they have 360 Event Productions putting everything on, and we're so excited that we made that change.
Started in 2001, the event was canceled in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. With the easing of restrictions across the state, the event returned to downtown Lake Orion with dozens of vendors selling flowers, art, and home improvement items. There were crafts, food, a petting zoo, and live music in the beer garden located at Anderson and Front Street.
Partnership between the Art Center and the DDA has been ongoing for many years. We've been in conversation. So we hold Dragon on the Lake, festival in August every year, and it was a natural fit that we participate with them in this type of event. We have a lot of experience, there's a lot of synergy, we know everything about holding an event like this, and so through discussions earlier this year, heading into what's another difficult environment to hold an outdoor event like this, we decided it was time to partner up and kind of begin that transition for the Flower and Art Fair. It is also an art fair, so we were bringing the art to the flowers as well. That's been fun, with the addition of music, and it's another art form for us. So all of it was really important for us to partner together, and it just kind of happened organically through conversations.
And how is it different this year?
Well, the vendors are spaced just a little bit further apart for social distancing, and we do have hand sanitizing stations around town just to make sure anybody who wants to use those devices to stay safe and healthy can.
The Lake Orion DDA will continue to host social district nights every Thursday evening, with the last Thursday of each month designated Ladies' Night. You can also enjoy music in Children's Park all summer long. For more information, visit downtownlakeorion.org. As we all know, the past year has been pretty rough on everyone. But Orion Township Supervisor Chris Burnett was determined to point out some of the good that emerged from a terrible year. On the morning of Wednesday, May 12th, Orion Township Supervisor Chris Burnett hosted his annual State of the Township Address at Woodside Bible Church on the grounds of Canterbury Village. The theme of this year's presentation was Building Together as One, and the supervisor recapped the past year, including the ongoing construction of the new Township Hall, the completion of Baldwin Road, and its 5 roundabouts. And of course, the impact the pandemic has had on the area's businesses and residents.
So just some of the things we did that were really impactful to our residents, we were heavily involved in social media. We created meetups for neighbors, people to get together. We had a community pantry that had wild success. We started the Forgotten Food Harvest truck. Every Monday our residents get free food right here at the Woodside Church campus. It started at our township campus and we've moved across the street. And we want to thank the partners at Woodside for their amazing support of that program. But we had to get creative as well. We needed to find ways to entertain and engage with our residents. We felt it was important. Just because we were stuck at home didn't mean we couldn't serve them. And our staff absolutely stepped up. Some of you might remember the 12 weeks of snowcation. We had all kinds of fun, safe winter activities. We had car bingo with local celebrity callers. That's Dina Senefani there, and our own Kim Urbanowski. Some of the things we did during COVID, we had a program response plan, which you've heard a little bit about. We made over 10,000 calls to seniors, veterans, and disabled citizens, from our staff to their homes. Our staff went from running ball leagues to becoming friends and counselors over the phone. Some of these calls lasted an hour. I've heard longer than an hour. And our team stepped up willingly and did this. It was amazing. We made hundreds of deliveries of foods and goods. And we were recognized, as I mentioned. Most people just were excited to be checked on. And one of the cool things about this senior call program, not only were we recognized with a state recognition through the MParks for our COVID response team plan, but we had communities from all over the region and frankly all over the country copying what we were doing, including the not-so-original city of Rochester Hills, where we sent them all our information, all our documents, everything we were doing, the questions we were asking, including Mayor, a good friend of my brother Brian and Steve Benjamin, Columbia, South Carolina, the capital of South Carolina. They were duplicated exactly the Orion Township program, which was created by our parks employees just to check on our residents, which was remarkable. And it's cool to see the credit go where it's due. So thank you to our amazing staff.
If you weren't able to attend in person, you can watch the State of the Township Address in its entirety on local cable TV and on YouTube. Long considered a hidden gem, Canterbury Village has really established itself as a popular tourist destination with events held almost every weekend. Recently, families were either delighted or shocked by the enormous dinosaurs that took over the grounds. On Thursday, May 20th, Canterbury Village hosted its first day of Dino Stroll, a family-friendly event that featured 75 life-size animatronic dinosaurs scattered across 21 acres. Orion Township was the first stop on a 40-city tour.
our Dinosaur Stroll will be one of our marquee stroll events for the year. We'll do Dinosaur Stroll, we'll do a Medieval Stroll, and then a Halloween and Holiday Stroll. So those will be our big 4 strolls this year, and then obviously it looks like with the CDC and everything coming along, it looks like we're going to be able to do our food festivals that got very well known in 2019. So since I bought Canterbury from my father last year, we've really had our work cut out for us, and it's been a lot of fun, and my team's doing a great job.
The Dino Stroll kicked off on May 20th and returned over Memorial Day weekend. Tickets were purchased in advance, and groups of visitors were admitted every half hour. An estimated 15,000 people visited over 7 total days in May. Families discovered a wide variety of species, with some reaching 25 feet in height and others spanning 60 feet in length, including raptors, triceratops, and of course, the T-Rex. Following its launch at Canterbury Village, Dino Stroll moves on to Philadelphia, Cleveland, Grand Rapids, and Green Bay in June, and will continue to travel across the country throughout the rest of the year. For more information, visit dinostroll.com. One of the main things people seemed to miss during the pandemic was live music performances. As life slowly returns to normal, there will be no shortage of live entertainment in the Orient area this summer. On Wednesday, May 19th, a group known as Orion Events hosted a press conference at the Wildwood Amphitheater to announce plans for the summer concert season in Orion Township. Magician Anthony Gruppito welcomed those in attendance and introduced members of the team. It was announced that in addition to the free concerts taking place on Tuesday evenings at Wildwood, there could be as many as 50 additional concerts at both the amphitheater and the Fire Bowl located at Camp Agawam. Orion Township Supervisor Chris Burnett was at the press conference and has expressed his excitement for the upcoming concert season.
I'm a huge live music junkie. It doesn't even matter what type of live music. I just love live music. And there's a lot of people like me, I think, that are out there. And still some people that might be nervous to go into some of the larger venues. And so we have the initial response from our residents has been extreme excitement. I mean, we have people like begging us for the calendar. So we're driving people to the Orient.events website just to get the update. It's literally changing daily. And that's the other thing is the artists. The more the artists learn about what we're doing, and probably especially after today, they're actually calling us and calling the Orient.events team saying, please, how can my band get on the schedule to play the Hill? So again, we'll probably have every genre of music out here represented, including last Sunday we had the Five Lakes brass band out here, which was pretty cool. So Lake Orion Concert Band will be here. We'll do stuff with the high school. It's going to be an awesome summer.
So Wildwood was constructed in 2010, and it's a outdoor band shell nestled on the side of the hill, 10 minutes away from I-75, right in the middle of Civic Center Park. It's a beautiful space to come out, listen to some music, grab a lawn chair, and just sit and really like a mini pine knob, just more of a small, intimate setting, and get close to the music, enjoy it with friends. That's why it was built, for that purpose.
Just the production in general is going to be a lot better. We're also a great partnership with Johnny Black's, so there'll be food and beverages out here with them. And we have a bunch of sponsors to hopefully even make the Tuesday nights better than they've ever been.
Over the past several years, improvements have been made to the Fire Bowl at Camp Agawam, which hosts the popular annual event Tommy Stock every summer. President of the Friends of Camp Agawam, John Carson, told us his biggest challenge is letting people know about the Fire Bowl. He said partnering with Orion Township and the Orient.events group will help get the word out.
By teaming up with the township and working with this team and by doing so many more events, we think that we're going to get the promotion that Fire Bowl deserves, because it is kind of amazing that we've been doing shows out there for several years now, and there's still people in this town who don't know where the Fire Bowl is or what it is, and I got to tell you, if you've never been there, you have to come out and check it out, because you won't believe it. It's a super unique place, and this is a great place too, and so yeah, it's going to be a great time. And just look at today. I mean, we had different news channels and stuff out here, so I think that the word's finally going to get out about these great venues that we have right here in Lake Orion.
For ticket information and to view the complete concert schedule, visit Orion.events. Imagine trying to open a brand new business in 2020 only to have a global pandemic ruin your plans. It seems patience has paid off for one local business ready to open its doors. On Thursday, May 13th, representatives of the Chamber of Commerce were joined by family, friends, and staff to celebrate the one-year anniversary of the Wooden Tulip, located on the grounds of Canterbury Village. Of course, 1 year ago, the world was smack dab in the early stages of a global pandemic and lockdown.
Do it so we can get some good pictures of you cutting. All right. 1, 2, 3.
We started to get a little anxious as we got closer to the end of May, and we got a full shop full of inventory, and we weren't sure if we were going to be able to open or not. But really, the governor opened up the state to do some limited shopping just about right at the right time. So it kind of worked out perfectly for us.
That's fantastic. When did you start to see sort of an influx of customers discovering you and finding out what you had here?
Yeah, end of May and June were some lean months. But really, with the events that they do here in Canterbury, starting in July, we really started to see the customers start to pick up. And then we started to see some return customers, which was great.
Before opening up their boutique at Canterbury Village, the Wooden Tulip offered clothing, accessories, and jewelry online, and the owners would take part in community events as a vendor. They decided to move into this historic building after meeting Keith Aldrich, owner of Canterbury Village.
So I'm just so excited to be here. When we first came to look at the building, I fell in love with the village. You know, I remember being here, you know, when I was little, but things have changed so much, and as soon as I walked in, I knew that this was going to be our home for sure.
When we decided to do the build out in there and we kind of took everything out and stripped it down to the walls and the ceiling, it had just such a nice rustic feel to it. We wanted just to build on that, and so that's why you see the wagon wheels and just we try to do everything in a rustic setting so it just complemented what was already there.
Now that the pandemic is nearing the end, the owners of the Wooden Tulip are looking forward to a bright future as a member of the Canterbury Village family of businesses. For more information, you can call 248-464-8309 or visit thewoodentulip.com. You can also find them on Facebook. And finally, each month, Orion Township recognizes those who have gone above and beyond by naming a person Citizen of the Month. The brothers who received the recognition in May are familiar faces here at ONTV. At the regular Township Board meeting held on Monday, May 17th at the Orion Center, Township Supervisor Chris Burnett surprised twin brothers Anthony and Sammy Taormina by naming them Citizens of the Month. The brothers, who were diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome in 1990, were the subject of a news article published in April and written by Keith Dunlap. Despite their diagnosis, the brothers have been very active in the community, especially with Ligorian schools' athletics programs. Here at ONTV, they have been responsible for approximately 500 episodes of programming, including Between Taormina's, History Now, and OAA Now, among others.
Before I want to thank, there's a few people I want to thank. Obviously, this starts with my mother, Susan, who is here tonight.
There she is, yeah.
Also, my father, Paul, the Taormina family, the Powell family, Ligorian family, Oakland family, Ligorian class of 2006. Obviously, family is the most important. And obviously, the support in the Ligorian community has been incredible. Karen Scussel, our speech pathologist, played a major role in teaching us how to speak. I make mention, obviously, my mother was kind of the floor general, the sergeant. I mean, it's just been an incredible ride, and it's been something that, you know, we've been able to mentor and to inspire. It's been unbelievable, the amount of people to thank. The Ligorian family, the Oakland family, Scripps family, Walden family. I mean, it's just too much. Also, we're thankful to have great friends, great family, great support, and we couldn't be any more blessed. Thank you.
There's a lot of people I got to thank, obviously. Mother Susan, Father Paul, stepmom Darlene, of course, friends, family, class down 6, Scripps family, you know, everybody in the community, you know, just give me the opportunity, you know what I mean, to be who I am. And, you know, I'm very thankful to speak to you guys tonight and the board here. I know a lot of you, you know what I mean, personally. You know, I'm hoping for brighter days ahead. So take care and God bless everybody.
Congratulations, Anthony and Sammy. We here at ONTV could not be more proud of you. And on that happy note, we'll wrap up this edition of ONTV News. On behalf of the hardworking ONTV News team, I'm Stacy Calloway. Thanks for watching.